Remember white dudes for Harris? How about LGBT male actors pretending to be heterosexual masculine men for Harris? Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about one of the most cringe-worthy commercials that I've ever seen in my life, and that is the Man Enough ad created by a guy by the name of Jacob Reed. Now, Jacob Reed, brief bio about him, he is or was a writer for Stephen Colbert, and before that, he was on some other television shows as a writer, some other kind of comedy show. I forget the name of what it was, but he has that kind of background. So when he says, hey, me and a few of my friends got together to make this ad for Kamala Harris, who do you think his friends are? Just random, regular, everyday guys cooking on the barbecue grill every Sunday, or we talking about Los Angeles Hollywood actors? Now, before we go into that and tell you who those guys are, let's check out the actual ad. Of course, I will link to this in the box. And if you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a man, man.
And I'm man enough.
I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Meat.
Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I bet you do eat carburetors, bacon, eggs, cheese, biscuits, all that for breakfast. Okay, I'm playing. Let me continue.
Just for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of. Women.
I'm not afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a family? I'm not afraid of families.
They want to be childless cat ladies?
Have all the cats you want.
Woman wants to be president?
Well, I hope she has the guts to look me right in the eye and accept my full-throated endorsement.
Because I'm man enough to support women.
Man enough to know what kind of donuts I like.
Man enough to admit I'm lost, even when I refuse to ask for directions.
Man enough to not...
Oh, really? Man, look, I don't care how lost I am. I ain't asking for no directions, man. I'm going to figure it out, man. I'm going to look at the North Star and figure it out from there. But nah, I mean, these guys are not very good actors. They're not very good actors at all. That's why I've never seen them before, because they have not ascended to a higher height to do things that you would know them for.
Ban young women from reading Little Women.
Or one of those pants books that the sisters like.
I'm man enough to raw dog a flight. It sucked. Not worth it.
I'm man enough to be emotional in front of my wife.
In front of my kids.
In front of my horse.
I'm man enough to tell you that I cry at Love Actually.
Good Will Hunting.
West Side Story.
Can I say something right quick? Can I just give an unpopular opinion, perhaps? Men, we don't need to be crying around people. We don't need to be crying in front of women, and definitely not crying on television like Van Jones and people like this. That's not what men do. Men, the true test of a man, in my opinion, is to master your emotion. Not to ignore them or to just let yourself get out of control and crash out, but to master yourself and not be crying over little things like what they're talking about. But let's continue from these fantastic 5-star actors.
And Predator.
And I'm sick of so-called men domineering, belittling, and controlling women just so they can feel more powerful.
That's not how my mama raised me.
I love women.
I love women who support their families.
Women who decide not to have families.
Women who take charge.
And I'm man enough to help them win.
All right. So again, this is a guy by the name of Jacob Reed, I believe. Man enough, and it's not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. So it's just him deciding to do it on his own. Maybe he got some funding from somewhere. I don't really know. But there's more, okay? There's more. Now, this is not the B, okay? And if you guys don't know what this is, you got Babylon Bee, the parody website. Well, not the B is the same people, but they report real news. And the news is so crazy, it's almost like it's a parody. But you see the headline here. You know that Man Enough ad for Kamala? Yeah, all the men were actors. One is a bisexual Nigerian immigrant. I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. Okay, so look, we got a few pictures. Some pictures you probably don't want to see. Dudes kissing dudes in the mouth. You really don't want to see that. I know I don't want to see it. I can't judge everybody, love is love, I suppose. But at the end of the day, oh, I'm so masculine. I got wife, kids, all this, that, and the third. Do you really? I can't tell. Okay, so Jacob Reed, Jimmy Kimmel's writer, Men for Kamala, et cetera, et cetera. None of the men in the ad were actually regular voters. They are paid actors. Moreover, their real life circumstances differ significantly from the individuals they portray in the ad. All right. So here we have one guy, a far left pro-Antifa comedian and actor who has until now found limited success. He does improv gigs at the Upright Citizens Brigade in Los Angeles. In a Twitter post from 2022, he explains what white privilege is and tells you why you need to acknowledge your white privilege. As of 2024, he is single. Okay, so that's one of the guys right there. All right, Antifa type of guy, and then they go to kissing, and then you got a guy from Nigeria. And he is pretending to be heterosexual masculine man. Meanwhile, you got photos of him kissing men in the mouth. And of course, he is met with Obama and all this kind of jazz. There he is with the Obama family. That's pretty interesting. Okay. And there he is with the Bidens. So not only are you an actor, you're also a whole operative for the Democratic Party. Okay. Like, come on. What are we saying here? All right, and then we have another guy, this guy with the crispiest white shirt I've ever seen in my life. Listen, my white shirts out the pack, Fruit of the Loom, Hanes, all of that, don't have as much luster, as much sheen and white glow as that shirt. Brand new shirt, never been worn before with that horse. He's gay, he's LGBT. Now, again, shout out to all my gay homies. Whatever you do, that's your business. But I'm saying, if you're going to be in this ad and it's supposed to be organic and natural, you're talking about how you're this, masculine man and heterosexual, you got wife and kids, but it's not real. You're an actor and your real life is different than what you portray on the screen. So you're pretending to be a certain kind of person. You're being fake people for the ad. All right. And there's a lot of that going on. This guy right here, the old man, he's a failed actor. I read that earlier. Hold on. Winston Carter, the heavyset fellow. Oh, big man. Talking about something I eat carburetors, donuts, hoo-hoos, all of that for breakfast. You eat everything for breakfast, sir. But big man, he claims to be an Canna rancher, lives in Los Angeles, signed with Taft Broadcast Company. He has found limited success in the acting world, mainly as an extra in films and as a character in the low-budget superhero film Spaghetti Man. All right, so if you want to see Big Man in another production, go check out Spaghetti Man. I've not heard about it. I've not seen any reviews. But hey, if you like this performance right here, then you might like Spaghetti Man. All right. Now, the old man, Tony Ketchum, he's also an actor. He now mainly does low-budget independent films like Carbots, where he played the role of Peepaw. I mean, that's crazy. Tony is unmarried in real life. In 2001, he played the extra role of alcoholic consumer in the movie Ghost World. Alcoholic consumer is crazy, and he does have that look right there. Okay, he might have been drunk off his hind parts in the ad. All right, so there we go. There we go. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Oh, we got something from Tim Waltz too? Hold on. So they did something else from Waltz. Let's watch this. All right, let's get a little bit of sound.
I love sinking into the couch, cold beer in my mouth, rooting for the Twins.
Hey man, don't give me no copyright on this music. I don't want to get a copyright for this ridiculous nonsense.
And Tim and I love sharing all my tools, playing by the rules, keeping those edges trim. And Tim.
I mean, are they being serious? Am I being trolled? Am I going to have Ashton Kutcher pop out from my attic and say, "You've been punked on MTV"?
I love leaving my white notes, making a plan to vote, helping Kamala win. And Tim, we love you, Tim. Woo! Go get him, coach.
Oh my goodness. Go get him, coach is absolutely unhinged. Go get him, coach. Hey man, as I close, I want to say this. I don't think those ads are very effective. I don't think the Go Get 'Em coach for Tim Waltz is really going to make it happen. I don't think these LGBTQ LMNP actors talking about, oh, I got wife and kids, and they really don't. I don't think that these ads work, okay? What you should do, Democrats, is go out there and attack some of the pressing issues of the day, like, I don't know, crime and inflation, the illegal alien crisis, natural disasters. Talk about that. That's what you should be focused on rather than these ridiculous nonsense ads. If I was Kamala, I would go out and say, I don't know that man, Jacob. He did it on his own. I don't support that. But of course they're not, because that's pretty much their message. A cringe-worthy message, but that's what they want to say nonetheless. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on both ads? The first one, the updated dudes for Kamala, white dudes for Kamala, LGBT dudes for Kamala. And the second one, Tampon Tim, with the country kind of rocky sound in the back. Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is super cringe. And really, Kamala is the gift that keeps on giving. We keep getting a lot of this ridiculous stuff from these people. I don't know. Maybe they think this is what people want to see. Maybe they think this works. And you know what? I'm gonna just add one piece, then I'll wrap it on up, put the bow on top. The guy, Jacob, is a writer for Jimmy Kimmel television show. And you see how cringe that ad was. You see how cringe both of the ads were. So if this is the kind of guy producing television content, now we see why TV sucks so much. Look at the guys behind the scenes. I mean, with writers like that, how are you going to have anything that is of any substance? How can you have anything that's interesting to watch at all? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that is all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.
And Tim